Hey, YouTube. All right, y'all. Go ahead and comment in the comments. Hey, two people. Come on in the room. I'm not going to be here long, so. All right, go ahead and comment in the comment section so I can see who's in the room so I know who I'm talking to. All right, well, let me go ahead and start. Okay, so basically, as you can see from my title, what kind of segments do y'all want me to do? Now, I know most of my segments is really more of a personal blog, nothing in particular, unless I start talking about um, my tax series, business, my taxes or tax tips or anything going on regarding taxes. But my channel really doesn't focus on the branding of talking about taxes. Let's talk about it with Lady T. So it could be all over the place. So, and I know when I was looking at my channel, I realized, or I've known that most of my subscribers subscribe to my channel was when I was doing the gig work, Uber Eats and Grubhub, you know, particularly Grubhub. And that was during a time, I would say, this has been what, 2021? Like 3 years ago, 3, 4 years ago, when I really started doing my channel about Uber Eats and Grubhub and on by when I was filming in the car, when I had access to film while I was driving, and most of my subscribers count started when I started talking about these gig work. And then at the same time, that's when I had started watching YouTube. I've been on YouTube. It says 2011 or something like that. It's been a while, but when I go back and look at my old videos, it wasn't in the same format that I'm doing now. It wasn't like, um, it was kind of, showing my different pictures and weight loss. It was, it wasn't like the way it was now. So going forward from 4 years ago, when I started doing these gig work, I also started watching various different people and subscribing to their channel, watching videos about Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash and everything else. Now, I still watch some people's videos, but these are like the new cast of characters, not the OGs that started when I started it, back in 2017, 2018, when there was a lot of people doing Uber Eats and that, and everybody was doing it, and everybody was flashing their referral codes. So a lot of people was interested my videos watching that because I didn't never tell people how to make money. I never really shared my code unless I've shared it personally to people that I know, that I work with. I never posted videos in my links. I never got referrals that way. And so throughout the years, throughout these last few years or so, a lot of people, you know, I ain't gonna say original because the original people who was doing all these gig work was the king of gigs was Jermaine Ellis. You know, Jermaine was one of the main people doing it gigs because he lived in San Francisco, and a lot of those apps came out of San Francisco, and it started there. But Jermaine was the main one that everybody probably had watched while he was doing his gig works. In the car, skateboard, the e-bikes, you walking, he was the one. Then who was the other one? The gig professor. Was his name Gig Professor? Whatever his name was, the one from South Africa. But he was doing a lot of news about Uber, but you didn't really see him do any deliveries. So there were several big people. All right, y'all, come on in the comment section so I can know who's in here. So the big people who were really doing these gig works, that racked up a lot of money in referrals, a lot of subscribers, and their channel blew up because see when Uber Eats and Grubhub and all those apps started or came about, a lot of people weren't doing it. It gradually grew and it started growing, and more people started doing it. Now everybody's doing deliveries, food deliveries, and everything else. But from 2016 and now, a lot of people who were doing it like back in 2016, 17, a lot of people, moved on. They moved on to other things. They moved on to other type of gig work. So the people I see now, I guess they started doing it within the last 2 years. So they weren't the ones doing Uber Eats and Grubhub like 2016, which would be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, not including 22, 5 years. Now that might, so when I first started it, I mentioned about um, 5 years is like a time frame for most companies when they first start out. Now it was start before 2016. People might have done it back in 2015 because when I look back, I said, wait a minute, I signed up for Uber back in 2015, but I didn't do it until 2016. And I don't even know how I even came across Uber and everything else. How did I even come across to sign up and stuff? So a lot of the videos that people watched and a lot of my subscribers or people started watching me was because I was so rogue about my experiences and driving in the car, and people were able to see me driving, and I was just making telling people the stories and stuff, and they gravitated because I didn't do Uber trying to talk about oh, it's so glorious, oh, it's this. I really spoke on the bad, and everything wasn't bad. Everything was not bad when I did it. It was those certain moments that people just got on my nerves, and some apps that I've done. Even some apps I've done to live, and then I started doing pizza delivery, Domino's, and even some local services like um what was the other one? Y'all know I'm talking about the one in Atlanta. Yvette knows I'm talking about. So I've done them. I've done them all. The only thing I have not done in all this time was I never did Lyft. I never drove for Lyft. I never drove on their platform. And there was quite a few others. Well, I'm talking about the ones that was done like 5 years ago. There has been some new apps that came about. Now they're not really new, but it's new to me. So now I'm at the point where, oops, what's this? Oh, never mind. That's old. So so now I'm trying to think of what other segment do I want to talk about. You know, yeah, I could talk about taxes. I could do that, but I don't really want to spend too much time on that because that really requires me more of a more professional branding of a separate channel, and I really don't want to do that. I said I was going to do it, but I need to be honest. I was talking about last week. I had I didn't go to. I went and applied for this other position, trying to do taxes at an actual tax firm, not H&R Block. I can't do H&R Block in Jackson Hewitt. That'd be a conflict of interest. But I could work for an accounting firm or a tax firm. So it was like right up the street from my house. It was real small next to this gas station. And the office was like, my room is bigger than that office. But I knew as a small business, she wouldn't be able to pay me what I would be worth. And she was, so I spoke to her for about an hour and stuff, and she was like, they needed someone to go in the office. So basically, the young girl who was working there, she was doing more like HR stuff that she could, have her afternoons free, and she would have her afternoons free. But she said she had to think about the budget. So, um, but then when we was talking, she had mentioned about have I thought about opening a franchise, a tax franchise? And she told me about it, and I said, not really. I wasn't really thinking about it, but she was telling me about how her journey was that she started doing taxes just the way I do taxes on the side with people, and um, then she signed up as a franchise, not Jackson Hewitt H, not the big ones, because they want a lot of money to be a franchise, you know. So she told me no, it's not hard, and she was telling me how I could do it too, and asked me why would I, was I interested in be doing opening the franchise? And it was very, I mean, doing taxes is very lucrative, especially for short term. You can really make a lot of money. You really can. And she was telling me when she started her own office, right, it did Stone Mountain on Rockbridge Road, but it's in the broken down in the hood that I like to tell y'all about, 30083 zip code. That's a very poor area, but she get a lot of tax business from like California and online requests, and she may get some walk-ins, but that's what she does. So she was telling me how you could get on. Now I may call her tomorrow because she told me she was going to call me Friday morning about, but she was still looking for interviewing two other people. But I don't think she really had the money and the budget to hire anyone. So I wasn't making I mean, it would be nice to work there because I wanted to work in an office where you get face to face. But now this coronavirus going on and stuff, I was like, I don't know. I don't think I would do that. And the office was so small; it was like packed in. And I was like, I was looking around. I said, "There ain't no way that um you could work." It was kind of an old building too. It didn't. It was kind of. It was kind of cold. I said, dang, she paying rent, and it's attached to a gas station, which is attached to a barber shop. It's like real small, like you know. So, um, and there's other things you have to do. You have to have not just your enroll licenses. I have my PTN, a PTIN number, but you also have to have in your enroll license to actually do taxes as well, where you could issue like advance refund checks and stuff and things like that. But it was a company that I was going to sign up for, but I have to do it's some steps I have to do. You have to be fingerprinted. You got to do the background check. You got to pay for that, and then you got to go and get your it's a enroll license. It's like an enroll. enrollment where you could do taxes online. You just, so, but I mean, I could do taxes now with people, which if anyone's interested and they need their taxes done, y'all know how y'all can contact me. But I'm not doing stuff for free no more. I throughout the years, I've done a lot of things for free, answering questions and, you know, and I didn't make a whole lot of those videos, but it was getting to the point where people were like hanging in the chat and asking questions while they do their return, and they were like, "Well, what about this and this?" I said, "Nope, not doing that no more. I'm not doing no ask questions and you do your tax return, or you run and go to Jackson Hewitt, or you say I got a tax accountant." And then when I start speaking about the Ely grants and money, and people could get the Ely grant, then they want to call me or text me. I got a question about this, and I don't understand this. And then I'm on the phone for 2 hours talking to someone, and then not one time have you say, okay, you knew that nobody would answer questions like that for free. If it was general questions, yes, but to go through things with people and all that stuff, and then they turn around and they go somewhere else to do it, and then they charge them, you know, 250, 3, 4, $500, and then people expect to go and Google, or not Google, they expect to go on YouTube and trying to find people who answers questions for free. There's a lot of channels I watch. There's a lot of channels that I watch where people go over things. But there's a lot of people I've watched too, um, that lives in Atlanta. They start making digital books and making videos talking about, oh, you could make an LLC and you could do this and that and this and that, and people just cash apping to death, and they giving out wrong type of information. People are selling master classes. Now I know people tell me, well, you could do the same thing too, but number one is my channel. I'm not monetized. I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and when I come on here and I started talking about those tips and information and updates and stuff, I'm not monetized now one time. So it's like I'm really providing something for free. Now, yes, I don't have I know a lot of people in the past that was doing the gig works. They would mention me. They would mention my name. Go after Lady T and she da 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 da. And you know, I was doing so many different things that when it came to really starting a YouTube channel, branding about taxes and things like that, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. I don't have no fancy camera. Y'all can see I don't have no fancy studio. Y'all can see one of my rooms, suitcase still in the corner, bicycle in the background, a vac that's supposed to be downstairs in the closet, but I was doing something in the bathroom that I needed the vac, and that little piece of wood on the wall. See, I don't have no fancy looking office. You don't see nothing painted, but it takes a lot. That's a whole different story. But you don't see junk. You don't see junk. Thanks to Yvette for helping me clean up this room. So I don't have all the fancy background and all the fancy cameras, even though I do have a camera, but it's not a it's a video camera, but it's like I don't know if you could use it for shooting videos and posting on YouTube. I don't know how to do the editing and downloading and editing videos and stuff. I just make my videos straight to the point. That's it. Okay, y'all. Nobody's coming in live. All right, I'm gonna talk a few more minutes, and after that, I'm gonna go ahead and watch my YouTube channels and people that I've been watching. So, so what I'm asking is, what kind of video segments would y'all be interesting? Would you be interested in me um, doing? Now I'm not doing the beef sector, so that's not going to be it. All right, 5 people in the room, give me 5 thumbs up, and please subscribe. I would appreciate it. Who's on here? I know the comment section. Y'all could comment because it's not it's allowing y'all to make comments. So what's going on? Now, some people I know that comes on here, they be working and driving. So I would expect that. Uh-oh. Oh, I gotta pay my PayPal credit thing. Pay that thing off. So, what kind of videos? Or I'm not doing the beef sector, so I may comment on some of these foods that be on the beef sector, but that's not. I ain't not gonna do that. Um, I'm still. Hey, Sharky. I was wondering why nobody was commenting. So I want to know what kind of segment would y'all want me to do? Now, I've been watching. Let me tell y'all my new thing that I've been watching lately. And in the comment section, there are several links that y'all could appreciate. Y'all sign up. It's like for going to the store, receipts, scanning receipts and stuff, and you get points. And some of them pay some cash. It ain't gonna make you rich, but I've been watching a lot of these different videos about budgeting. People is making, budget their money because it's the beginning of the year. Everybody wants to start budgeting and these money challenges. I've been watching that. People like, just counting all this money, stuffing them in envelopes. And last year I watched people did a video for months and they managed to save like 5,000 something dollars, the penny challenge, all these different kind of videos. So I was like, man, that's interesting. So um going now moving forward. So I'm not doing the Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash gigs, but I am doing the survey merchandising gigs with the going to different stores, checking inventory and all that, all these different kind of stuff. And then it has Observa and Field Agent. Now I did Field Agent last year, and I managed to do all these odd little things. Oh snap! What's this? Oh, I managed to do all these odd little things, and I made oh, this is last year. Oh, I made $824.55 of lifetime earnings. So you take out the $4.50 because I did one a few days ago. Going to the deli section, mystery shop. It was easy, $4.50. But see, I started out doing $4.50, $3, $5, and lifetime earnings was 820. Well, lifetime earnings includes the $4.50. But when I cashed out, hey Brooklyn. So when I cashed out last year, I wish I could know how to. I wish I know how to share this dang iPhone so I could show it on this app, show it on the screen. Let me see if that could be done. I need to Google how to do it. So, oh, Field Agent. Let me see if y'all can see it. Nope, can't see it. Dang it. So what I did was when I first did Field Agent, I would say it was at least a little bit over a year ago, but I just let it accumulate. I just let it let me go back and see. 2020. I started this like in 2020 and sometime in 2020. Oh, nope, let me go back further than that. I'm trying to go back on the dates. I started doing this like in January 27th of 2019. And I did various different things. So this is just one app, Field Agent. And then and then I signed up for that the survey one. I know I did that back in February too. But when did I really get on with that? Mhm. You're making me sick with these damn Google Play stores. I did this the merchandising one in 2020. I know I did it in February of 2020. And I did it in no, let me go back. I could see what year I started when I did it. But I wasn't so I know I did the field agent one and I did the merchandising one, but I was still doing other apps. I was doing pizza deliveries and stuff, so I would do it occasionally when I was out and about. And it was just simple little things that I would do. So, yep, that was 2019. So let me back up some. So 2019, February 16th, when I did the merchandising app and the field agent, I did those two. And that's when I had accumulated, made like I told y'all, um, thousands of dollars doing apps. But then I also was doing the source mystery shopping for, you know, and then I did apartments. So I did all these apps 2019 when I started doing them. But it was this little spare change here and there. And I was doing the deliveries. I was still doing what's that one I was doing, the one local here in Atlanta. Not to live. I was still doing that, but I was doing something else. I was just about at that point. I was doing those other apps, but it was until 2020 or whatever it was. I know 2021. That's when I most definitely wasn't doing Uber Eats and all those other traditional ones I was doing for 3, 4 years. So, but in the meantime, I was just doing those small little assignments, those small little things, just accumulating. But you know what? That was income I reported. Oops, my daughter stuck. That was income that I reported to the IRS. That was income I reported that qualified me for that Ely grant. So I had all the I had all the spreadsheets showing all the money I made with the companies. So when they first gave out that Ely grant, um, it was a certain period of time you had to do it. So my income, like most people doing gig work, fell below the 30%, and then they was giving out initially the $1,000, but it was supposed to have been $10,000. So that's how I ended up getting mine because I reported it on my Schedule C, um, and I was working from home for third party companies, independent, doing calls from home. So when they gave the stimulus, I managed to forget it. People was like, "Oh, congratulations, you're lucky." Nope, that ain't luck. Trust me, I paid taxes on that all that money I made. So therefore, just like any big business, when they got PPP loans and all that stuff, I said they keep calling me. Oh, they was calling me to death. See, that's the part of the story I never really told y'all. When I got that grant, they were calling me to death about you can get a loan, PPP loan. I said no, I don't know nothing about no loan, and I don't want to try to say I owe the money back. And the catch with the PPP loan was they were banks and third party companies. They got paid because you originated the loans. See, a lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people they went to these companies. They was marketing on YouTube and marketing on the internet. If you went to them, they try to say, "Oh, I can get a loan," and da da da. Da. They got origination fees, like $500-$600. I got that information and confirmed from another JT, pocket watcher. He mentioned when he was talking about the PPP fraud loans. He mentioned it, and I also heard it talked about on another YouTube channel. So I was like, nope, I'm not doing no PPP loan. They keep calling me. No, 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 not interested. No. So, so now, I'm working TurboTax. The season's basically underway, but the IRS official tax season is going to be January 21st or 20 something like that. But for those who got the advanced child tax credit last year, they got money paid to them throughout several months. You're going to have to wait because you're going to be getting some letters and you're going to have to report it on your tax return because you already got the child tax credit. So if you don't wait, I know y'all ain't got it. Y'all, a lot of our subscribers on here, I know y'all don't have it. But if y'all did get it, you're going to wait to get the letter and that money was already given out. But if you do more money, they'll reconcile it determined. So there's a lot of things that's going to factor in. But um, a lot of people, including myself, when it's time to file the tax return, you may not get a big huge refund like you did in the past because the refund is nothing more than taxes that you overpay. That's all that is. And if you're fortunate to get a refundable credit like earned income credit, you bought some energy efficient stuff, you may get a energy credit or whatever. But a lot of those refundable credits has been um, they haven't passed. Like those energy cars, people got certain cars. If you bought the car, you would get a credit. But who got that kind of money to buy those a brand new electric car and all that stuff? So, but they kind of done away with that. A lot of those things and credits was reversed when Trump came in office, and a lot of things didn't pass Congress. So I don't know. I just know, you know, people's going to be spending a lot of money, even if you do it yourself. Do your own taxes yourself. It's the software you get through TurboTax, H&R Block, whomever. If you're an independent contractor doing, whatever, 1099, the self-employment software is like 300 and something dollars. And that's just to do it yourself. That's not, it may be 200 something dollars, maybe, but if it doesn't include the state to do the state return. So some of the software is going to be quite pricey and expensive. And depending on where you get it, whether you go to Walmart and you see, you can get the disc, it's going to be pricey. It's not going to be cheap, you know. Unless you have a very simple return like a W-2 and you input it yourself or whatever, you may be able to get that done. But a majority of people, if you have any extra, you went to school, you got the 1098T, that's not a free process of a return. But a lot of y'all who got, to do gig work, self-employed, um, it's gonna be a lot. I can tell you that. Hey, Brooklyn. Yep, that's exactly right. Wow. So I know if you went out and about a tax preparing firm, um, and those companies you see that on the street, they got the little sign. Most people who always get that 4,000 something dollars that you see on the street, a lot of people already got that money. Y'all already got that money. If you got that advanced child tax credit, you got 2, 3 kids, whatever, you got that money already. And it told you that. But see, I know a lot of people will be calling TurboTax. I understand why my refund ain't did. And then you start asking questions. Did you get the advanced child tax credit? Did you get a letter? And then you got to break that down, explain to them they already got the money. And some people got more money than they're supposed to get. Therefore, they're going to owe. Some people may get a little bit of money because they say, oh, you didn't get the full amount. It ain't going to be that much. Let me tell you that. You got that money. Trust me, people know. It's a People got it. It's amazing how people get so absent-minded, but they act dumb when it's time to get the refund. They act like they don't understand nothing. But when they got that money, they went and got that child tax credit, advanced child tax credit, 3 kids, 4 kids, and you got all that money. Then when next year come, they was like, oh, I don't know about that. You knew when you got into your bank account, you knew. They didn't want to play dumb. People want to understand what they want to understand. That's the problem. I heard I heard there's gonna be a fourth stimulus. If I had one more person, well, someone they text me, I heard there's gonna be another stimulus. I said no, that was money left over that was geared towards teachers, like $500 or something. Or if you was a like responses and stuff, and it was certain little money that the state and some counties were supposed to give a little bit of money. Now I know I missed telling y'all, but y'all know December 31st was the last day to apply for the advanced Ely grant, and I had forgot to tell y'all because I didn't get on YouTube. You know I was like, that was the holidays, and I didn't feel like talking about it. And I said, you know what? I talked about it for months. It may have gotten lost in the transition because my live streams be long, but I did talk about it. And I went there. I did a demonstration, did the whole 9 yards. And some people asking me, well, I never got it. I should have got it. Did. And I tried to call this one particular person. She didn't answer the phone. I guess she's mad at me because we had this little disagreement about the COVID and the shots and stuff. And I try to tell her, oh, by the way, you can still. Yes, you did over them. Yep, sure did. Brooklyn, I did. And you ain't see me begging for Cash App money. You didn't see me put no link. The only time y'all ever saw me put a link was last year. Not last year, but the year before last, when it was my birthday. And I put it out there. And, Shelly Shell, a couple of y'all gave me, and I did appreciate that. But I didn't put it out there. When my birthday came, I didn't put nothing out there. I did not. Did not. But, you know, I sure did mention it. I mentioned it. I talked about it. No, I just come on. See, my vlog is basically me just coming on here because, that's how I get to talk to a lot of people and um, talk about my brief life, complaining, because it's a way for me to vent. And that's it. And then if I know some information, I share it with y'all. I tell y'all, I tell y'all what to look for because, a lot of people I watch their chats, I watch their videos, and people will get on there giving people money. They ask questions about starting a business and people telling them, oh, you could be LLC and um, I need someone to help me, and then they solicit the business that they do, and I was like, why did people be doing people an injustice? You're a gig worker just like me. Gig worker. Just as somebody just go on YouTube. They make their videos doing deliveries. That doesn't. You shouldn't have to pay somebody thousands of dollars. Hey, Shelly Shell, you shouldn't have to pay somebody five, six, seven, eight, $900 for a little side hustle job. And I'm not even talking about doing the taxes. I'm talking about some of the information that people give. They just leech people out of that. If I say, okay, I'll help y'all do taxes, and it was like 150, 150, 200, because it's paying for my time. And then, um, it's paying for my time. I don't have the software for free, so I have to use the license that I got and use it and do it. But I do it because I want to help someone do it. And some people, I only have one person who I do their taxes for every year, and they're busy, and that's it. I have people I met throughout the, couple years ago. I meet them. I did their taxes. Right there. We be right at the bookstore. I did it. They gave me the cash, a little bit. That's it. But if they went somewhere else, they were gonna charge them $400. I'm like, what? Mm-mm. I'll do it for you for $150. That's it. One person, one girl I've met, you know, she had 4 or 5 years returns back due. I told her what she needed to do. I said you could write the letter to the IRS to excuse the penalty. And I said, you want to file this as quickly as possible. Went over and showed her everything how to do it. I didn't get nothing. She bought me dinner that day because we went to one of those little sandwich places and stuff. I showed her how to do it and what to do. I don't know. I don't know whatever happened to her with that situation. She lived in Atlanta. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she did. Did she follow through what I told her? But it's amazing for me how people will suddenly come out the blue when they need help or they go to Jackson Hill, 800 block. And then when they can't find these people, because when tax season's over, April come around, those people work in those offices, when they made their little $20,000, $30,000 for 4 months doing people taxes and stuff, they close. They ain't nowhere to be found. They get the letter through the IRS. I got this letter and I don't know what it is. Then you need to go back to the person who did it because they signed it. They signed it with their PTIN number. You know? So I'm sorry. If you pay someone to do it, if you pay someone to do anything of your taxes, they should be able to not just do your taxes, give you your papers, and that's it. They should be able to explain to you and educate you your plans and what you have to do. Because when you keep track of your miles and your expenses, they should guide you which is the best option for you. Not anybody could do a tax return, be on the computer, input data. That's all I do all day. At well, thank you. And that's what I do all day with TurboTax. That's what I will be doing. They put me in that small business, so people gonna call in. I'm gonna, I don't do the return. They either gonna go to full service, but I put a guide them on the phone, tell them what the tax law, what's wrong, why this happened, this, that, or whatever. And it's gonna be busy. That's why. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. $450. And I know, and you was, and see, I would even. That's crazy. I would charge 200 to do it because I know what it involves. I know what to do, and it's the same. I wouldn't charge no $450. One, because no, number one is I don't have an office. I don't have expenses to pay. I don't have a rent. I got to pay rent for the building, pay the gas, pay the electric. So they charge. That's the upcharge of those fees is to pay for payroll for the employees. So if unless they're a one person office, most of the time they're not. They have another person because they can't do all that. So they got to pay someone salary. They got to pay for the insurance. There's a lot of stuff they got to pay. So when you go to H&R Block and stuff, that's what you're paying for. $450. It's better. And then you got to be cautious about who you find because if they don't have a PTIN number, they don't have an enrolled licensee. Okay, there's a oh, that's a robot. I'll just let it go. I mean, thank you for blocking them, but there's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of things you have to be aware of. But if somebody wanted to do it themselves, oh, can I? I'm gonna do it myself. When I make a video, because I tell you, I don't edit. I don't have a lot of messaging people coming out there. I will say, okay, where you at? What you doing? And then I will do a link, private Zoom meeting, or Google Meet, and you can show me how you entering it, and then I'll just charge a little fee because I'm trying to build up so I can, if I want to get my own office, tax office, and business running next year with an office, I want to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. People be clicking on links. I wonder. I know. I think one time I clicked on some link. I don't know. It was some bot, but so that's what I'm. That's what I gotta say. That's all I have to say. But I'll be curious to see what my refund will be this year. Cause if I owe, I'm gonna be like, what? That would be a miracle. I ain't never owed no taxes in all these years, but I said, dog, did I pay enough in taxes and withholdings this year so I might break even? Ah, okay. No, hey, these nuts. So I don't know. You just have to be careful about where you take your information and things like that. Even if someone does it, even though someone did it for years, people say, I did, they've been doing my thing for years. Sometimes a lot of people's stuff is not as complicated as they think it is. Oh, it is not as bad as you think it is. You have to have a little bit of understanding of your business because only you know your business. Accountant, tax preparer, they can't find you no money. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I made me a video yesterday about the victims in the Bronx that was affected with that fire, and I had said, please don't let nobody get affected that I know. And then, lo and behold, my cousin Melissa, a big brother, was in that fire in the Bronx. Because I have family members who live in the Bronx, South Bronx. That's the South Bronx, 181st Street. I said, minute they said 181st Street, I started like, wait a minute. I know who live on I know who lives in 181st Street. And then it took me back because um oh I didn't make a long video. I didn't stay on there long. It was nobody. Y'all wasn't on here yesterday. I went on there and made a brief video that ended it. But I know I told Yvette, when I was talking to her on the phone that Sunday, and it made me emotional because it brought me back to when I never tell you I have a brother. I don't like to say half brother, but he's like my sister Cassandra, the one that y'all showed that the pictures, the darker skin complexion, and y'all was calling us salt and pepper when we and y'all saw that little it was her brother, which would be my brother too, but I never met him. We were young, so I only met my sister. I only met my sister Cassandra. We were teenagers. Uh-oh. We were like somewhat young teenagers, like 12, 13. I think that's we were. I don't know. I have to ask her how old were you in this picture, but I think we were 12. We were 12, 13, maybe 14. I know it wasn't 16 or nothing like that, but um, my sister Cassandra, they used to live in the Bronx, right there around that area too. And when I was growing up younger, we used to live in that area in the South Bronx. It was like Jessup Avenue, all in that part of the Bronx. When my parents were young, they lived in that area, and they had other relatives. They lived in the areas too. Some of them still live in the area, and they lived in the apartment build. Just like if you see those apartment buildings are like really old, and they used to have these heaters. It used to be like in the basement, and then it had this steam coming out of the basement, So it's one of those radiators basements. I don't know if they still do that. Now I don't know if they still have that type of heating anymore. I don't know. It probably haven't. I don't know. So my younger, his name was Jamie. My father's name is James, but he was Jamie, and he was younger. You know, I want to say I don't know how old he was 5, 6 years old, something like that. And it sounded like a suitcase. I don't know what that means. And he died in the house. He died in an apartment fire years ago. And I wonder, even after my younger sister, she passed away, she got ill. So it kind of happened right in the winter time. My younger sister died in the winter. The snow used to be about way high when she passed. And I think he died in the winter time too. So um, that's what my sister told me. So he died in the house, he died in a fire. And I'm quite sure that really hurt my father because I don't know if he ever um, I know my other aunts and stuff, they knew and things like that. But my father was kind of like, I guess he was seeing two women at the same time because me and my sisters, our ages are very close. So I don't know. I'll never know what the relationship was with my sister's mother and that happened and whatever. But I just knew he had my sister Cassandra, Jamie, and three of us. Me, my sister Erica, she passed, and my middle sister that y'all see that lives in Houston. So we were all a year apart. We were very close in age, but my youngest sister passed, and then the younger brother he passed, but I never met him. I never knew him. I never got to meet him or anything. I just knew that tragedy happened. So when that thing happened on Sunday in the Bronx, that kind of brought me. It kind of I didn't forget, but when I was first told of this, I was told of this. mm, It wasn't recent, but it was like a few years ago. I know I wasn't a young child. I wasn't like a teenager when I first met my sister. I didn't know that then. But as we had gotten to know each other and talked, that's when my sister told me. And then she showed me a picture of him. So she sent me a picture of him. But I knew it was at least several years ago. She told me, but no one never spoke of it. No one never spoke of what happened. So because I guess that was just a tragic situation, and no one really, it really hurts. Even when my younger sister passed away, I can remember that so clearly. That was very devastating for my parents, for me, my sister, and my grandparents and stuff. I don't understand what you mean suitcase. I can't understand how you say suitcase. You mean they're gonna sue someone for it? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is how the fire happened. Not, of course, people are gonna file a class action lawsuit. That's what you meant to say, lawsuit. You say suitcase. I'm like, what is suitcase? You mean a lawsuit? You know what? It's way beyond litigations about that. At this point, the people need guidance and people need a place to live because a lot of people don't want to move back in. A lot of apartments were probably destroyed. Some people don't want to move back in the apartments. Those apartments are old. See, I know those apartments are old. Those are older buildings. You know what? You can't control the bots. All you can do is hide the bots. Hide the bots. I'm not able to eat no potato chip, but I gotta eat something. I was like, Yeah, it's annoying. As long as it's not actual person, I don't, I just ignore it because I've seen it in so many different chats and stuff. Ain't nothing that can be done about that other than Google would have to fix it. So that's all that can be done with that, I guess. But yeah, so y'all still haven't talked about my topic that I want to talk about. What segment should I concentrate on or do? Yeah, I don't know. I can't worry about it. I ain't getting monetized. So I'm not getting monetized. So I cannot worry about that. I'm just on here for free talking. That's all I could do. But we're not worried about that. I don't see, I don't see the links that they send. I don't see people popping up doing, I don't see that. So as long as I don't get to see it, and I be getting these annoying messages from people who watch the channel that want to make troll pages and just write me a fucking book. That's what I don't want to see. That's one thing I do not want to see. I don't want, and it's not, y'all know it was like Lorston, Tristan, or whatever the hell his name was, or her name. They popped up on here, and I saw that person in another person's chat, and um, Chelsea, property bona fide, she cursed that person out after I cursed. They people be popping up all these different. Okay, I was wondering what you were saying. I was like I said, that will come that's years down the road before they even get there. Just like that condo that collapsed in Florida, and they built it and stuff. I haven't heard nobody, no lawyer or nobody picked up that case talking about a lawsuit. So it's just an accident. It's not something. Every accident, everything that happens, is not always a case of a lawsuit. Because it's not something that was intentional. That was just an accident. So the only thing that'll come up from that, just like that building that collapsed and stuff, and all they could do is tear down the building, and they will give people whatever amount of money for, and that's it. Now, in this case, I don't know because it was an accident, and hopefully the state of New York, the city of New York, maybe the federal. I don't know if the federal get involved in that, but maybe they'll find these people a house, a home, or another apartment, or place to live. But throughout the years, it's they say it was a heavily African community that lives there. And I was like, when it started being all African like that, they had the consulate from Africa came to New York because there was so many people from that country that lived there that was affected. So, but New York take care of their own. I can tell you that. Any tragic situations, they take care of their own. So, one thing for sure, in the Bronx, it's not, people be thinking New York City just some big metropolis city of millions and millions. Yes, millions and millions of people live there, but you have to understand When I lived in the Bronx, and I lived, people in those communities are really nice, tight knitted communities. It's not nobody don't know nobody and all that stuff. When I lived in the Bronx, people were very nice, close knitted, churches, schools, people really came together. It's not what y'all see when people think of New York and stuff, they're looking at Manhattan. They're not looking in the boroughs and how they form communities and people do things in the communities and things like that. I know, but you have to tell me what content would y'all want to hear. I know that. I'm asking for ideas of what content I want to create at this point. It's not going to be the beef sector, so it ain't going to be about that. It ain't going to be the black sector because I don't know what the hell that is. I said, what? Black folks making videos? Y'all call it the black sector? What makes it the black sector? I ain't got time for all that foolishness. Um, I could do budget videos, but the budget videos are in the community of that groups of people. They have like things they make books and sell it on Etsy, and um, each of them each of them have like different budgets and stuff, and they challenges, and they all what's the green sector? And then there's the sector that people do gardening. They talk about is gardening and starting gardens. They branded their channels to do that, and they have a whole sector of people. They all in the brand. Then they had the yeah, I like talking about that. That still relates to what about budgeting and finance? Yeah, but when people talk about budgeting, well, budgeting, they talk about, oh, let's do the money challenge, let's do the $5 whatever challenge. They really, no, I don't want to do credit and stuff. That's not. Mm-mm. It's something interactive these sectors, whatever it is, they all have an interaction. I don't want to just talk about it and just, I don't just talk about it. I have to do, like I said, I could I could talk about people have their work from home jobs. They talk about how to find one and this and that. They package all those together. They went on like that. Mystery shopping and stuff. See, I do those things, but those are just little extra jobs and stuff that I do that I found looking at different videos. I want to do a sector that I could do. Like for instance, what's her name? She used to be on here, come on my channel. She probably watching. She had a gaming. What is the name? I didn't even get to subscribe, but she has a. Some people have a gaming. That's all they do. They even expanded it out to some TikTok and all these other videos, and they focus on doing games. They play video games, and that's what they took. That's a sector in itself. That's a sector in itself. There people do real estate, flipping houses. I'm not doing that. I don't flip houses. And when it comes to talk about money, I mean, yeah, I could talk about taxes, but that's yeah, that's what it was. Twitch. I have a Twitch account. I never did nothing with it, but I have a Twitch account. Cause like I said, I was, when I started my channel and it grew, I was part of that gig worker, the gig economy workers. Cause I was talking about Grubhub and stuff, and I was all in that little circle of people. Pete Pay to Drive and Uberman Tampa and Y'all, you never saw me play music. Why would I don't want to do that. Because no, okay, another thing about the music sector, if you play music on your channel, there's copyright. You can't play music. I don't play an instrument. I don't know how to play a flute and make my own music. Yeah, I remember you were in that, and your name was different too. It wasn't Brooklyn Boy. It was something. So you was in the music, but that's original music. If you, oh yeah, usually that's what you did, DJ. Well, I don't know how to play an instrument, so I know that can't be it. Mm, 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 mm. Once it gets springtime coming, I'm gonna start doing things that I do around the house a lot, like gardening, walking in Stone Mountain Park, fitness. I'll probably go back and doing those, but that's when I document my journeys. You know, that's what that is. I just document things that I do. So it was like a diary. You know, when I do my vlog, it's my life journey diary. Hold on a second. Let me check something here. Oh man, shit! What the hell happened? Aw. Whew, I was watching the thing. Yeah, but when people watch people videos like that, gardening and stuff, they really people who do all the gardening and really, you know, they really into doing it. You know, they you see them planning and selling and stuff. There's too many people, you know. There's a lot of people in this sector, and there's already known people. People say, "Oh yes, this person, that person, lead farmer." You know, there's even the cleaning channels. People do deep cleaning. I'm not showing my house to deep clean and do that, so I'm not doing that. People have done that too. Let me show you, because you know, like I said, I don't have no, you know, I could do the camera, but I can't stream live and do it. I would have to tape it and stuff, but that would just be my personal vlog of whatever my everyday duties in life. When people do that, when people do that, they talk about something specific. I just may do my alternative gigs. I think I do that segment. Other making money, how to make money, how to save. I think that's what I'll do. I'm just gonna take y'all on my journey of what I do to make money, the apps that I do, and just talk about it. That's what I would do. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I've been scanning receipts and all these apps I've done, and I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do my I'll still come on here and talk random stuff, but that's what I'll do. I'm gonna be documenting my money goals. What is this? Perry Solutions LLC. Every time I talk, it's amazing how Google could pick up what you're talking about because I had just mentioned about gigs, and then I get notification about somebody hiring for delivery drivers and gig work. I was like, this machine learning, they sure do pick up what you're saying, and then they guide you to different sites. You could type something in it, you could talk, it'll pick up. that machine learning. I think that's what I talk about. I'm gonna do my journal of my personal finance because see, a lot of people talk about it. Some people show money and cash things. There's a lot of videos on that. I'm just gonna talk about random stuff for now. But one thing for sure, my YouTube videos live streaming might be too long because unless people um, come on the live stream and participate more, that would be something to do. Well, anyway, it's an hour and 11 minutes. I have some smoked turkey thighs in the oven. Smoked turkey wings and stuff that's already cooked, but you just have to not warm it, but cook it. And that would have made a perfect thing I could have put in my beans. I still didn't make those beans. I'm still eating on that collard greens. Well, anyways, if y'all ain't got nothing else to say, please comment, like, and subscribe. I would appreciate it, even though it's the same people. So I don't know how to get my videos out there for more subscribers. So I guess I got to do something. I think I need to do more short videos. I'm gonna film it on this phone, download it like I was doing those other little small videos that I was doing, and y'all could go back and listen to it because I can't. This phone, I don't know if I can hear it or what's going on. I just get on here yapping, and then I don't do long videos. It'd be 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then I'll download it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Show y'all my personal financial goals of saving money and some of the apps that I came across, and do that. Receipt jar. Yvette, you told me about it. I already got 230 points. See, it's good to start at the beginning of the year, some of these things, because by the time the end of the year comes, that's like a game to me. It's just like if you found 25 cents on the ground and you save it and you just save. They had this man, he had found coins. He picks up loose change that he finds. They said that man had like thousands of dollars of pennies that he had just saved up through the years. I didn't know exactly how much it was, but it was a lot. And my grandmother used to do that. She still do that. And my mother do that. In their house, they have jars of pennies and coins just all over the house. And my grandmother had those big jars of. I remember when we were younger, me, my sister, and my cousin Travis. Um, when the summer ended, we used to go there, and we would whatever change and stuff that was left, we would get some of that change and wrap up the coins and stuff, and we would that's what they would give us, and it was a lot too. It was a lot. So you'd be surprised. So where's that change thing? Oh, that's right over here. The Folgers. This is just one bucket. Look. And then I have another thing downstairs. I started taking out all the quarters, and I had about $15 of quarters lined up. And then I counted these in there. I didn't count all of them. I had about 10, and I still had a lot of coins left over. So I don't really get a lot of coins and change because everything is done to a debit card and all kind of stuff. But I'm doing all these various different apps, scanning scanning items in the store, getting points to gift for gift cards and the Cash App. And I have about, let me see, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I have about 8 apps that that I make money from gift cards to points turning into cash. And Yvette, you know what I be doing. You'll do it too, because I got you into it. But when I go to the stores and stuff, or I find a little receipt on the ground, I would snap a picture and get all these points, snap pictures of receipts that I got. And this there's a lot out there, a lot of apps out there. And I came across someone's video on Facebook. I got a Facebook group, y'all, too. It is called Frugal Living. So if y'all have Facebook, y'all could email me your Facebook and I could add y'all to the Facebook group. And it's not, it's just different frugal living. So I've tried to build up a Facebook group. People could just put different things on there, share different things for frugal living. I'm not living frugal. Don't get me wrong. I try to live frugal, but that's a working process about budgeting. I'm trying to, like I said, I didn't buy no budget book. I got this book and I try to write down all my little expenses and monies that I make and try to count for every. Luckily, it's the 11th day of the month. So I could go, I could trace back what I'm spending and say, okay, I went to Publix, bought me a sandwich. I went to McDonald's, got this little thing for $1.25 for a drink and whatever. But I'm trying not to do all that spending, going out and about, spending aimlessly, I'm trying to account for every little thing that I got. I got my paycheck for Instacart, Intuit, and I was like, "Why this check came in the mail? It's supposed to be direct deposit." And then I had the other check from Fidelity, so I have 2 checks I need to deposit. But I have the app; you can snap it. But I'm still trying to get back to some people to explain to me how do you save cash in these envelope systems and stuff if it's cash. Now, I used to do that when I worked at Domino's, when I was working deliveries and all the apps, food delivery apps I was doing, Instacart and all the rest of them, I would get cash. I would save the cash when I did deliveries, but and I used to save it. As a matter of fact, it was some $2 and stuff be rolling around in that room and stuff. And I said, you know what? So let me go ahead and buy me something with a little $2 and you know. But I've saved this change. This change I had saved for a while. I got $4. I have $1 coin, gold coin. That's a dollar. I have 4 of them. I may have more than that. I just didn't sort through all the change I got. But it's probably about $40 worth of change. If I count it all, it'll probably be about $40 worth of change. And since all these stores have a coin shortage, they have a coin shortage. I'm gonna wrap them all up and convert them to dollar bills and cash, and see what I could save throughout the year. And just stash it, just put a little bit of monies aside. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, cause when the end of the year come, you know how last year December came about, and it was like, oh, it went by fast. By it being January the 11th, by the time like when tax season's over and stuff like that, it'll be April, May, and then it's like, oh, time to go and get me another gig. Hey, Romeo, what are you saying? You writing sentences that I don't understand. T and how case in your state. Case? What are you talking about? Are you asking me how cold is in my state? Because I don't understand what you wrote. Clarify yourself, because I don't know what that sent. I don't know what you wrote. I'm quite sure it is. I meant is COVID in is I meant is COVID case in your state? Of course. It wouldn't be Georgia in any place else in the United States. Well, it's cold, but it's not nowhere colder where you are. Not no 8 degrees. It's cold. You can't tell me wearing this short sleeve dress because I'm in the house and I had to turn up the heat because my gas bill came up the other day. I was like 90 something dollars. I was like, hell no. My gas was 90 something dollars. I was like, mm-mm. I know I had turned on the heat and stuff, but dang. But then it's time for me to renew my gas rates for the year. By the end of January, they talking about 65 cents um BTUs. I was like, it was used to be 40 something cents. Now it went double to 80 something cent. I was like, no, it wasn't 80 something cent they was gonna bill me. It was 65 cent. I was like, that thing was 49 cents BTUs. Now it's 65 cent. Hey, Jay Franklin, you said you tried the app called Field Agent. I got Field Agent. I appreciate if you subscribe to me if you haven't, and also check in the description box. And there's some other apps you may want to look at too. Let me see if I could. There's some other apps. It's right there in the description box for survey. You could click on my link. I appreciate it. And then I will talk. Then there's several different apps that's in the description. And I was making a little bit of money. So far, some of those apps I've been doing, I got like $35 on one, $25 on the other. I got $50 worth of gift cards on another one, but I'm trying to let it all grow. Well, it wouldn't be winter if it wasn't. So I don't know what's going to happen down here in Georgia, but it's not. It's cold, but especially when it gets darker at night, it gets really cold. But you can't. I can't tell because when I go outside, sometimes I don't even be. I wear my jacket and stuff, but it's cold. But I think it's probably like what third no 40s something. I don't know. Let me see what this weather thing say. 33 degrees, clear. So it has been 33 degrees. And then at night it drops down to be colder. Then during the daytime, it'll be like 44, 47, 49, 51, 53. Then it goes back down to the 40s. And then late at night, it's in the 30s. Thursday, 40% chance of rain. Hmm. Sunday is supposed to be 90%. What? I know it got the little snow symbol. Look at this. You see the thing on Sunday? It has the little snow symbol. 90%. What? See, the minute I talked about it, they said 90% snow. 31 degrees. Temperature freezes. If it goes below 32 degrees, it does snow. So if it looks like it's going to rain, then it's going to be snow. Well, that'd be a video that I could make. I could make me a video. The first snow in Georgia for the season. Well, it says snow, and this thing says Stone Mountain, Georgia. So that says Sunday. Yes, I like the phone deposit. That would be interesting. Dang. You know what that means, Yvette? Everybody be running to the goddamn store, acting like, oh my God, clear out the whole shelf. You know they already got less groceries on the shelf now. They already got talked about the shelves are being empty and not fulfilling like it was. So let it snow on Sunday, and then people gonna be going to the store like they crazy, buying up all the milk, buying up all, and it's only got a little bit of bread and milk. You go to the store now, even if I go to Aldi's or go wherever, that stuff is not filled up. I was like, ooh, you know what? See, people ain't paying attention. They ain't paying attention. So when I'm out and about tomorrow, I have to go to the podiatrist because I had an appointment yesterday. They didn't call me, so I had an appointment tomorrow so they could look at my feet and fill out my paperwork so I could get my short-term disability with Amazon. You know, I never quit Amazon. I'm trying to get my back paid for short-term disability and put me on light duty, or I'm just going to collect 60% of my pay and milk that out because I am in pain. And that dang medicine she gave me, they didn't do a squat. So this snow Sunday, I'm gonna go and buy me some grub tomorrow. I ain't trying to buy no snacks, but I'm gonna buy. I need some eggs, milk. I buy me some bread because you can always make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. When I'm out and about tomorrow, I'm gonna buy my little stash of groceries. Not a whole bunch, but just buy my whatever that I need to buy. Well, it's gonna be cold, so I don't have to ask the phone what it's gonna be. So, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy me some groceries. Buy because I don't have no milk, so I'm gonna buy me some milk. I do got almond milk, but by the time I eat my oatmeal and stuff, that's gonna be gone. Because I only bought a half a gallon. I don't have any bread, so yep, that's what I'm gonna do. People will be acting a little bit crazy Sunday come. They be all up in the Kroger, all up at the Walmart. They already have less stuff on the shelf, so they're gonna be running out there to buy stuff. I just know it. I just know it. They sure will. All right, y'all. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. I need to check on my smoked turkey quarters that's in the oven. It's only supposed to be warmed up because smoked meat is already cooked, but I should have put that in the beans. But I only cooked. I have a few pieces left. I only cooked a few. I didn't cook a whole bunch of them. So I just need to buy a couple of staple stuff. I don't need to buy no. I don't need to buy no whole bunch of groceries like that. I got stuff in the freezer, in the shelves. You know, If I wanted to make pork and beans and rice, I could sit up there and make, get me some of that Roger Wood sausage and slice them up, and I could eat that in pork and beans and rice. I ain't got no more rice. Yes, I do. I got the rice. I got the little package of rice, Spanish rice. I think I got 3 packs of those left. I still got the collard greens, so I can eat that up. I know Shelly Show is talking about the Amazon shopper panel, but I don't want to do that because when I scan the receipts with the other ones, it's like a little bit higher, I think. You have to apply for the Amazon shopper and then you gotta wait to get approved and stuff. I said, yeah, I'll stick with the other apps I do. At least I have more flexibility. $10 a month. I mean, that's probably good, but I don't know. I don't want to do that. I'd rather do the other ones that I've been doing. The last time there was a panel, it was another app that had a panel you could join, and I had to wait until I get accepted and this and that or whatever. I think it was the Nielsen panel. It was something that you go to stores and scan, and you could do some sweepstakes and stuff. I ain't never heard back from that, so I was like, nah. But it's still, anything you do that you can make some extra money, scanning receipts, getting gift cards. That's just something you could just keep up for the end of the year. Do it in the beginning of the year and then go all the way down to the end and then see how much money you can make. Because some of the ones that I've been doing, some of them even have, you could gain points and put it towards airline tickets, not the baggage and stuff, but you could buy airline tickets and stuff. E-business topics. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, y'all. Let me go because it's 11 o'clock and I need to be at this dumb doctor's office tomorrow at 9:45. Even though they probably gonna see me 10:30, be all late, and I need to figure out how to print this forms on this printer. All right, y'all. Thanks for the thumbs up. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and also check the description box of the various different. Snow again in Georgia. Oh my God. What you mean again? It ain't snow no time in a minute. Well, I'll talk to y'all later. Let me time me to go to bed. I hate to turn this heat on again, but it's getting cold. I haven't seen Charlie. Where he at? He be running around. That Charlie must be in that room sleeping. Can't sleep all day. Oh well. Have a good night, y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow. All right. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe and warm. Good night, Shelly Shell. Good night, Brooklyn. Good night, Romeo. Good night, Jay Franklin. Good night, Yvette. Good night, D's Nuts. Good night, Sharky Felt. all the rest of y'all